Welcome back to Z Grill's Taste the Smoke. Of course, my name is Tommy, and I will be your host over here today. And on today's show, it is going to be all about two iconic steak sandwiches that are both going to share just about the same ingredients, but have two totally different flavor profiles. So what I want to do here is we've got two sauces to make up. These are going to be one sauce is going to be a horseradish sauce. That is going to be for the one steak sandwich. The other one is going to be a little bit of a blue cheese dressing. That is going to be the other steak sandwich. And of course, all this is going to be cooked up on the griddle on my Z Grill 700 series. You heard that right, on the griddle. So let's turn our attention down to the board. Let's get started with those dressings. Also, we've got to dry brine the steak out. In the meantime, I'm going to get back on over to my Z Grills, get that fired up. So by the time I bring you guys back, that griddle will already be heated up and we can get on and start this cook.
I grabbed these New York strips from the local market. As you could see, they are about 1.25 inches each. For a basic dry brine, I like to cover both sides with the kosher salt. I'll also get a little bit on the edges of the steak. I'll leave it here on the board for about an hour or so. And what that is going to do, it is going to bring out the moisture in the steak and put a salty crust on this steak that otherwise you wouldn't have. Our first sauce is going to be that horseradish sauce. This is going to be a sour cream based sauce with 2 tablespoons of mayo added in it. And as always, you can get the full ingredient list to everything that is done on this show right down in the description. Just follow the link, take it right to the web page, print out or write down what you need, and make this fabulous sauce. And that is going to lead us right into our blue cheese sauce. This again is a basic sauce. This is going to go on the bottom of the bread. We'll have blue cheese crumbles up on top, but basically you want to crush up the blue cheese. Get it with some sour cream. Get it with some mayo. This is a basic one. You are going to incorporate all that goodness together. Other than that, there is nothing else left to do but get both of these sauces in the fridge to chill.
Alrighty, so that wasn't bad there. Again, two iconic steak sandwiches with two very different flavor profiles. I've definitely got my favorite out of the two, and the wife is in the house, and I'm sure she'll pick hers. So what I want to do here, the Z Grill 700 series has been running now for about 15-20 minutes. We should be upwards of 400 on that griddle plate. That is going to be good enough to get us started. We've got to toast off the buns. We've got to cook up the onions. By then, the griddle should be upwards of that 4.25, 450 range. And then we will get the steak on.
So 360 on that griddle top surface. That is going to be perfect for these breads. We don't want the bread to burn, right? So you're going to have to watch them closely. I'll get some olive oil down as we've got to add some flavor in. I've got some fresh cracked black pepper. We will also get that down on the bread. And finally, I've got some granulated garlic. I'm a garlic guy. I love garlic on everything. I guess that's the Italian in me. I will get some granulated garlic on, and at that point, what we will do is we will flip the bread on over into the griddle plate, and let's see if we could toast that up for a little added crunch and a little added color. So that only took about a minute or so, and that is the exact color that I was looking for. Just a little extra added flavor with the granulated garlic, the fresh cracked black pepper, and of course the crunch now that I am going to get. We will get the bread off and we will get the onions on. This is a thick sliced red onion, and a red onion is very pungent in flavor. By putting them on the griddle here for about a minute minute or two. That is going to cool them out and also add in a little extra flavor, because we are hoping that we can get a little bit of char or a little bit of color. And as you can see, that is exactly what we got. The griddle surface is about 400 now, so this did not take long. We will give them a carefully quick flip, because it is hot under the hood, so definitely be careful. We'll flip them, shut them down, leave them for another minute or so, and they should be good to go. So that did not take long, and as pointed out, the onions are wilted perfectly, and that heavy pungent flavor that you get from a red onion is now gone. Now you are just going to get the flavor of the onion. We will get that off. We will get that on a plate, and I want to point out all the flavor that is left out on that griddle. We will heat up that griddle up into that 4 1/4 range or so, and you can't see it, but that is exactly where we are. And again, I'm pointing out the flavor that is on that griddle. We will get good contact by pushing the steak in, shut it down, and we are almost home.
Alrighty, so far I am pretty impressed with this little griddle here. Now on this black and blue steak, I'm well aware of what a black and blue steak is. That you are looking about blue rare in the center. That said, it's probably not going to be like that, not in today's day and age, but I am definitely going to shoot for that medium rare. We will allow this steak to go for about 2 minutes or so. Then I will quarter turn it, let it go for another minute or two. Then I'll flip it, cook it to temp, and then we will get them off, get them on the board, slice them up, build our sandwiches, do that taste test, and close out the show.
So that's going to be 2 minutes down on the griddle. We are going to give it a quarter turn, and I am definitely digging that. I'm definitely digging the sear marks, the line marks on the steak. That is exactly what you want. Coupled with that dry brine that we did, that salt, it is crustifying, and that is some added flavor. Total cook time so far is right at about 4 minutes. We will flip them over, and those sear marks to me are everything. I was a little concerned going in, but I am completely happy now. This griddle did exactly what she was supposed to do, and that is adding a ton of flavor on these steaks, but I am about to add a little bit more. I didn't want to burn it, so I purposely left it off. That is fresh cracked black pepper going down. We will get that on, we will push that in, we will shut it down, and we will allow these steaks to go up to temperature, which for me, as mentioned, is going to be in that medium rare type range. If I can keep them on the rare side, that is a-okay with me. So total cook time on these steaks is going to be right at that 6 minutes or so. Look at the grill marks on this, or should I say griddle marks on these steaks. That is absolutely perfection, and that is tons of added flavor coupled with that salt brine that just crustifies, and again, just gives you a texture on the steak that you wouldn't normally get. Both steaks are going to come off. We are going to get them over to the board. We will allow the steaks to rest a little bit. Allow all that juice to settle. And as you can see, these steaks are plenty juicy.
Alrighty, so look, that is it here, and I have to tell you, I am definitely impressed on the color that griddle put on these steaks. We are going to allow these to rest here up on the board, probably for about 4 or 5 minutes or so. At that time, I'll bring you back. We will slice them open, build our sandwiches, and then my favorite part of the show, you guys guessed it, the taste test.
And as you could see, we definitely held that medium rare, so I am certainly happy about that. The steak is slicing like butter, juicy as juicy could be, and we are going to get ready to build us one of these sandwiches, and that there is going to be that horseradish down on the bottom. We will get some watercress on the next up, and that's going to give you a nice peppery flavor, that watercress. Steak will be lightly piled on, spread out to perfection. And I got to tell you, that there is looking mighty fine if you ask me. From there, we are going to get a little bit more horseradish sauce on the top. The blue cheese, the black and blue steak is made just about the same, only flip the sauces, and under those onions we do crumbled blue cheese instead of that spread that we made. From there, we will hit it with some fresh cracked black pepper, crown it, and I have to tell you, that there looks absolutely amazing.
You know, what could I say? You love when you put a recipe in your head. I mean, I've never done these before, but it's all the flavors I like in a steak sandwich. Again, my wife likes the horseradish. I like the blue cheese. Bing, bang, boom. We use most of the ingredients, so you don't have 100 different ingredients, and it all comes together perfectly. And I am definitely impressed what that little Z-Grill's griddle did. It got up to about maybe 450, and that certainly is good enough to get the proper sear on this. I'm going to do one cut open, and then we will do that taste test and talk about it. And as always, remember, Z-Grills will have this full written recipe down in the description, or actually both of them. And you can hear the crunch of the bread. Over here in Jersey, there is no shortage of crunchy bread, all fresh baked, of course. And there certainly ain't nothing wrong with that. Cheers. Guys, simply amazing. That was the horseradish. I gotta go in on this blue cheese. I mean, it is only right. After all, this one is mine. That there is perfection, and cheers. So guys, for me, easily I'm calling it the black and blue. I know it isn't blue rare, but for me, the blue cheese easily gets the win on this one. I mean, those are my preferred flavors, and of course, I can guarantee you, I've got some leftover sauce. You take this sandwich here and dip it in that sauce and go to town, and that is going to be a home run also. So look, that is going to put a pin in this show. I appreciate you all for watching. And as noted, don't forget, Z-Grills will have this full written recipe down in the description. Just follow that link, take it right to the web page, and print out what you need. And while you're there, don't forget to follow that there web page, the YouTube channel, Facebook, and of course, Instagram. You follow all them, and Z-Grills will have you smoking, have you grilling, and also griddling all year long. So look, the only thing left for you guys to do is to get outside, fire up those Z-Grills so you also could taste the smoke. Again, my name is Tommy. I appreciate you all for watching. And until next time, we will see you soon.